Hello gaming and welcome back to Star Trek Online. As you can see, we're starting pretty much right where we left off. I don't think I just recently this morning finished the new story mission that just released for the 15th anniversary. And the story mission is fantastic. Absolutely love it. It is so good. Cannot wait to see where it goes next. I really hope that they do the ending justice if the next part is the ending. And if it isn't the ending, I hope that the continuation is fantastic. Alright, anyway, let's get started. We're on one of the old K-Series Federation deep space stations, but how did it get out here? What happened to it? There's a placard over on the wall. Let's see if there's anything recognizable. It says Deep Space K-13. Dahar Master, that station was lost in time over 100 years ago. Lost in time and space. K-13 was in the Beta Quadrant before.
You're trespassing. I'm claiming this station as salvage, along with everything in it. A little piece of history like this will be quite the vacation site. Experience life on the final frontier at Madran's K-13. But I digress. Unless you're here to discuss leasing opportunities, I suggest you beam off my station.
It's not your station yet, and I think I'll take a look around.
Careful. This old beauty needs some serious repairs. It'd be a shame if something happened to you, or the active stasis pods my men found on board.
Then I'd see to it nothing like that happens, Daimon. Amur out.
Fair warning. My Nausicaan gods aren't very fond of intruders.
Alright, let's get ready to rumble. Force field. We managed to activate some of K-13's security fields.
Pods, do you? Consider their living contents a promotional bonus.
Alright. Madran, you're holding people hostage now. I hope you know this means war. You're literally angering a Klingon officer. Come here. Alright. I think we did well. Alright, let's see what this old console has to say. Read supplemental logs.
Chief Engineer's Log, March 18th, 1570. Had a discussion this morning with security about our Klingon prisoners in the brig. We can't just leave them locked up, or execute them, or exile them on the planet below. Setting them free isn't a popular notion either. We're still looking for options, but I think the stasis pods we have in medical will come in handy real soon.
I see, so they had some Klingons on board that they subdued. That says a lot. Override security field. Dahar Master, this technology is ancient but surprisingly functional. At least at rudimentary level. They built things to last in the 23rd century. The Nausicans managed to get partial power online, but they did it in a hurry. It could go down at any minute. In the meantime, we've managed to drop those security fields. We can access other parts of the station now. Anything else in this computer? There's some log files in the computer as well. Most of them are garbled, but I believe I can restore the last entry. Let's hear it.
Chief Engineer's Log, supplemental. By my account, we've been hurled back in time to the 16th century. To make matters worse, we're a very long way from the Denim system. None of our shuttles are warp capable, and even if we could get to Earth, we'd be in the wrong time. In short, we're stuck. There's nothing to do now but wait and try to conjure up a way to get back to
Alrighty then. This computer has lost the ability to link into the main computer, but the security field's down. We can get into the other lab. From there, we may be able to get into the main computer and lock the Nausicaans out. That will keep them from bringing the fields back online or using the station to stop us. Let's see what we can find in the other lab.
The fines for trespassing are quite severe, and I plan on collecting them.
Of course. Oh, hey. Apparently there's more over here. Oh, we can't get through there, okay. Looks like the doors are locked. We'll have to find a way to bypass them. Got it. Alright, let me regroup my bridge officers. There we go. Calm down. We know where we're going. The tardigrade is leading us. There we go. Doors are locked. Alright. Let's actually try to do what we came here to do. Here we go. Crawler mine. Summon these things. Alright. Easy enough. Take the items, please, and lock out main computer. Locking the Nausicaans out of the main computer. That will keep them from taking over any more of the station's subsystems. Good work. Any more information? There's another log entry, Dahar Master. Play it.
Chief Engineer's Log, April 17th, 1570. Today we visited the planet we're calling Draconis 3 to collect supplies. The good news, there's a humanoid civilization down there. The bad news, a potential Prime Directive violation. Our landing party was seen beaming in by some of the locals. We're hoping that doesn't impact their culture in any way. One thing's for sure, they can't help us go home. Their tech level is Bronze Age at best.
Of course. Our Master, the station is so old and badly damaged that most of the security systems don't work anymore. However, if we can take over the central hub, we can lock down and keep the Nausicaans from beaming anyone else over. Knowledge, let's secure the central hub of the station.
Trying my patience is going to cost you dearly.
Aha! So these are some of the older generations.
Chief Engineer's Log, August 6th, 1570. The Warp Booster Sled project is officially a bust. When we tried to spin up the coils, we couldn't get a stable warp field. Yashvi and Arlington managed to shut it down and stop a breach, but the shuttle's impulse drive is shot. I hate giving up, but we just don't have the parts we need to make it work.
Alright. So that's some of the stasis people. Can't go to this side. You guys are all targeting things that we can't even gain access to yet. Now we can target them. Hello. Thank you for attacking my phantom so I can get access to you. Alright, and none of my bridge officers joined me. Alright. You good? Alright, let's see. There's something over here. Supplemental log.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 9th, 1571. It's decided. Most of us are going into cryos. Those who stay awake, well, there's the road. Going to live on a remote part of the planet below is likely, despite the Prime Directive issues. Staying here isn't viable. When the supplies are gone and the remaining power is in the stasis pods, anyone left is gone. This station will be dead.
Of course. Taking your supplements. Well played. Alright, I see that you're trying to attack the people in here. I know that's what you're trying to do. Can't do it until I activate the auxiliary power. Auxiliary power is coming up now, activating a low-level scattering field that will prevent the Nausicaans from beaming over reinforcements. Excellent. Anything else? Found one last log entry there, Dahar Master. Afraid the rest of the computer's memory is heavily corrupted. Put it on screen.
Chief Engineer's log.
Oh, it's got a scar.
1571. Most of us went into stasis this morning. There weren't enough pods for everyone. 3 of us had to stay awake. We drew lots. Tavon, Sheridan, and I were the lucky winners. Since we're out of options, we've decided to go native and live out our lives under Code 3. Hopefully, one day our records will be found, and the people of Station K13.
They will be. Now we can start fighting. Here's the diamond.
Rule of acquisition 431. When the shooting starts, let the mercenaries handle it. Handle this, Captain.
Of course. And off he goes. Now you can start fighting. Alright, buddy. Easy enough. Power Master, we need you back on the ship right away. Madran and his Nausicaan allies are moving to intercept us and the Concordium. Beam up. Gotta protect our allies.
I see you took out the Nausicaans on my station. I'll just add their fees to your tab. I do hope you're good for it. Otherwise, I might have to take possession of that pretty ship of yours. Come to think of it, I'll be taking your ship anyway. Whether you're alive or not when I do, is up to you.
You're welcome to try, Daimon. I don't think you'll like the results. You're taking on a Klingon. You should be terrified. Oh, that didn't work, but that's okay. I was hoping we'd be far enough away to counter them. Let's do that. We'll do that. That didn't work.
Whoever takes that ship now, not going in there. Those cost me more latinum than your life.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't tell a Nausicaan that you paid more for your engines
Maximum oil.
than you did for them. Alright.
Quite an adventure. I knew Madran was greedy and treacherous, but I never thought he was willing to kill to get what he wants. In spite of that, I feel like we've learned so much out here. And for the better.
It's often like this, Captain. Dangerous, but also filled with discovery.
Indeed. I'd say our first flight was a success. Now we need to share our discoveries with everyone back home. I hope today's events will convince my people of the continued need to explore and to be part of the galactic community. With luck, we'll do this again sometime, and soon. On behalf of the Lucari people, thank you.
You're welcome, Captain. Safe travels. I'd say that these events are better described as harrowing. The Zinkethi have been quiet for years. Now they're using protomatter bombs and committing genocide. There's also the problem of K13. How did it even get here? I'll put in a call for House of Latex to send repair teams. The flight can take command of this piece of history. The fleet can take command of this piece of history. All stations have reported in. We can depart on your orders, Dahar Master. House of Latex is my fleet, by the way. So, shout out to them. Let's see, depart system. Thank you. No, I will not be explaining any further. Alright, let's see. We should be getting the...
Pleased to hear that the Lokari acquitted themselves well out there, in exploration and in battle. They are not the bourgeois some think them to be. I'm sure the Federation will be pleased to know we have found their lost space station. I understand there were Klingon warriors from the 23rd century preserved in stasis pods there. They've got a lot of catching up to do. Now then, this Zenkethi protomatter bomb you mentioned. It is a coward's weapon, but we would be foolish to ignore it. We will use all means, diplomatic and otherwise, to learn its secrets.
Okie dokie then. Will you take the energy lance?
Serve the Empire well.
Alright, next. There it is.
Lokari have discovered some unusual activity in an unexplored region of the Alpha Quadrant. The data suggest another weaponized use of protomatter, similar to what happened recently at Draconis 3. Another planet destroyed by a coward's weapon. The IKS Corps has been sent to assist with the Lokari investigation there, and I want you to join them in the field. If the Zenkethi are involved, it could come down to battle. If so, that's a battle the Empire must win.
Alright. Harbinger. Common unlocks the Harbinger character title. Okay. Ooh, ground trait, regenerative control synergy, restorative control synergy. Okay. We will accept the mission. Now let's transport to the location. And then we gotta sort out all the crap in our inventory. Alright, signs of portents. Okay, first let's call in the Kobayashi Maru. Bring up our character. Let's put protective status on this. Everything else we can sell. There we go. Alright, Kobayashi Maru, we need the bank. Deposit that. Looks good, looks good. Alright. Let's start the mission. Might as well get some more in, huh? Oh, I forgot to close this. Actually, yeah. Close that. We've arrived in the Horanzi system. I'm reading 2 ships in local space. Incoming hail from the IKS Corps, Dahar Master. On screen.
Guavan, I am General Rodek, Security Advisor to the Lokari. I have read your report on the incident at 20 Draconis. If the Zenkethi are behind all this, we must be ready to meet them in battle.
If they want to fight, they will have it. By the way, that is, Worf's brother, who doesn't know that he's Worf's brother.
Do you have any question?
Why are you here?
I have met the Zenkethi in battle many times. I know how they think and how they fight. Because of this, I have been assigned to investigate the protomatter incidents here. The Empire wants to know more about the Zenkethi's new weapon.
I see.
Do you have any questions?
What have you learned so far?
We know the Zenkethi have developed a protomatter weapon. What we do not know is why. They have not attacked any of our enemies with this weapon. This is puzzling, considering their proximity to several key Federation systems. The Empire has asked, what drives the Zenkethi to use such a weapon, and and I intend to provide the answer.
Agreed.
Do you have any questions?
No, let's get started, General.
The Lakari are just ahead and eager to begin the search.
Oh, I think this is their new ship. Which is a very beautiful ship, I might add. I have a Lakari character that uses the Lakari ships. And they always look fantastic. Alright. The Rekshava.
It's good to see you again. It looks like we have another incident to study. We sent out a number of long-range sensor probes to this sector recently. After the events of 20 Draconis, I took the liberty of setting the probes to scan for protomatter. I'm afraid they found something. Let's begin our search by sending a short-range probe to the nearby planet.
This is your ship's maiden voyage, isn't it?
Yes, the project was a community effort designed by some of our best and brightest. With the help of our allies in the Alliance, we were able to finish construction and the shakedown cruise faster than anyone expected. The Riskava may not be as large or impressive as some ships, but she's ours, and she's ready for the job.
Congratulations, Captain. She's a fine vessel.
The crew of the Riskava stands ready.
Understood. Move near the planet and launch a probe.
Protomatter is a weapon of a coward, but we respect its power.
Protomatter can also be quite beneficial, General, when used properly.
So now you can see the Riskava up close. Most of their ships are saucer-shaped, so they look like the classic saucer-related ships that you think of from Alien stuff. And then they have one that's like a boomerang, this one that's triangular, and one that's just literally a flying saucer. It's a little oblong instead of just saucer-shaped, but it's fantastic. I love the look of them. It makes them feel like the Greys, like the aliens that have been supposedly plaguing and capturing people from our planet for years. So yeah, it's a nice little reference, and also since these characters were created in this game. And I would love if the Lakari showed up in an actual episode of Star Trek, but who knows if that's going to be true or not. But hey, I mean, since CBS technically owns the rights to this game, it's a possibility. I mean, their ships, some of their ships have shown up in Star Trek Discovery. So yeah, just remember that. This game is definitely relevant.
The probe is away. The atmosphere of the planet is so thick it will take the probe some time to get through the interference. While the probe is busy, we can collect data from the planet's moons. At least one moon has signs of protomatter energy. A closer look will give us more information.
The first moon is nearby. Move closer and scan it.
Perhaps the probe's information will give us more insight as to why these attacks are occurring.
There's no guarantee of that, but let's hope so. Alright. We should be in range. There we go.
Most curious. This is a Class Y moon. It's incapable of sustaining most known life forms, but it was scorched by protomatter recently. Why would anyone devastate such a place? I think we should take a look at the next moon.
Agreed. Let's head to the second moon and conduct a scan. Alright, this one's much farther away or very small.
Use the moon as a test site for the weapon.
Perhaps.
If so, it was a poor choice. Why scour a world already devoid of life?
That's a very good question.
It me to see protomatter used like this.
Yeah. That's the thing, the Kumarke and her people, the Lakari, use protomatter for rebuilding, whereas, these Zenkethi are using the protomatter as bombs to destroy entire planets and civilizations.
Another enigma, I'm afraid. This is a Class D moon, similar to Luna in the Sol system. Incapable of supporting life, and yet it has been hit by a protomatter. Why? Perhaps the third moon will have some answers. Let's take a look.
Acknowledged. We'll head to the third moon and run a scan. Moon numero 3.
Another uninhabited moon, but one quite different from the first. What is the pattern?
This makes no sense. There is no tactical pattern to these attacks.
It's not
There must
tactical.
be a reason, though.
There must be a reason.
Let's figure this out quickly before more lives are lost.
Yeah. Really need to figure out what's going on. Alright. We should be approaching shortly. I'm at top speed. This thing is so far out. Alright. We should be approaching shortly. And scan moon.
Scanning. The moon is Class L. I'm picking up some ruins on the surface, some simple life forms. There's evidence of crude attempts at terraforming, but no signs of a protomatter detonation. It looks like there was an attempted settlement on this planet, but the project was abandoned. By the look of these readings, it took place over a century ago. The probe we sent to the planet is active now. It's sending data back to us.
Maybe we'll get more answers after we've collected the data. Collect telemetry.
I'm detecting incredible levels of radiation, atmospheric pollution, ruins of great cities, and... Oh no. Based on these scans, I believe this is the planet Kentar, the original homeworld of my people. There are no signs of protomatter here. It seems Kentar was rendered incapable of supporting life long ago. By the Kentari.
A waste of life and potential.
I can barely believe what I'm seeing. I've always wondered what became of them, and now I know. Most Lucari thought something like this would happen, but some of us hoped they would see reason and overcome it. It saddens me deeply to see otherwise.
So this is where the Lucari originated from. Essentially, there was an issue on their planet where they couldn't maintain the population, and the planet was dying, essentially, and they were trying to find ways to survive. And some of them chose to split off. The Lucari, being one of them, decided to leave and resettle somewhere else, so that way their species would survive. We've just found the original homeworld, and of course it's devastating for her to learn that this is what became of their original people, that they destroyed themselves. But they still planted a protomatter bomb on an uninhabited, destroyed planet. Anyway, I understand.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Who are the Kentari?
Once we were all Kentari. Those who followed the teachings of the scholar Lucar came to be known as Lucari. The Kentari were obsessed with power and material wealth. Their pursuit of such things was destroying the people and the planet. The Lucari stood against those things, and for that, we paid a terrible price.
I see.
I suppose you have some questions.
Why did you leave your homeworld? I should have left the explanation to her.
There was a terrible schism between Kentari and Lucari. It ultimately led to civil war. We lost. In the final days of the war, most of us chose self-imposed exile over death or imprisonment. We gathered on our remaining ships and left Kentar forever. To this day, that event is known as the Great Exodus.
Understood.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
You seem rather surprised to find the Kentari here. Why?
Much about Kentar was stricken from our records, including its location. Only a few Lucari know of the homeworld. My crew and I were not among their number until now. It is a shameful matter that many of us would like to forget.
I understand, Captain.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Time for that later. We should continue our mission. Lucari have transmitted the coordinates to the next system for investigation to Harmaster, ready to depart on your command. Alright, Gideon, thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out when you do that. As I always like to say at the end of these videos, don't get assassinated!